Something invisible is holding galaxies together right now. We call it dark matter. But the terrifying truth is, scientists are starting to realize it may not be matter at all, which means one of the biggest ideas in modern physics could be completely wrong. And this is where reality starts getting uncomfortable. Something is holding you in place right now. Not gravity, not the chair beneath you, not the ground under your feet. Something invisible. Something we can't see, can't touch, can't detect with any instrument we've ever built. It's woven through your body like a ghost passing through walls. Trillions of particles streaming through you every second. You don't feel them. You never will. But without them, you wouldn't exist, because 85% of the matter in the universe isn't matter at all. It's something else. Something we named before we understood it. We called it dark matter. We thought we knew what it was. We were wrong. And what we're discovering now, what the data is screaming at us, is so disturbing that physicists are starting to question whether we understand reality at all. Let me show you what just changed. For decades, we believed dark matter was simple. Invisible particles, weakly interacting, just sitting there, creating gravity, holding galaxies together. Boring, predictable. The universe is scaffolding. We built entire theories around it. We constructed massive underground detectors filled with liquid xenon, waiting for a single dark matter particle to collide with an atom. We've been waiting for 30 years. Nothing. Not a single detection, not one collision, not one shred of direct evidence that the particles we predicted actually exist. And that silence, that deafening, decades-long absence of data, just became terrifying. Because we just found something in the cosmic microwave background radiation that shouldn't be there. A pattern, a structure, a signal that suggests dark matter isn't passive. It's moving, organizing, behaving like something alive. And if that's true, then we're not standing in an empty universe held together by invisible scaffolding. We're standing inside something we don't have the framework to comprehend. Let me rewind, because you need to understand what dark matter was supposed to be before I show you what it might actually be. In the 1930s, astronomer Fritz Zwicky noticed something impossible. Galaxies in the Coma Cluster were moving too fast. Way too fast. The visible matter, stars, gas, dust, didn't have enough gravity to hold them together. At those speeds, galaxies should be flying apart, scattering into the void like sparks from a fire. But they weren't. Something invisible was holding them in place. Zwicky called it dunkle materie, dark matter, the missing mass. For decades, we ignored him. Then, in the 1970s, astronomer Vera Rubin measured the rotation curves of galaxies. She expected stars at the outer edges to move slower than stars near the center. Basic orbital mechanics, but they didn't. Stars at the edge of galaxies were moving just as fast as stars near the core, which meant there was mass out there, lots of it, surrounding galaxies like halos, invisible halos. We couldn't see it, but we could see what it did. It bent light, it warped space-time, it held galaxy clusters together. It was everywhere, 5 times more abundant than normal matter. 85% of all mass in the universe. And we had no idea what it was made of. So we started guessing. WIMPs, weakly interacting massive particles. Hypothetical particles that barely interact with normal matter. They'd pass through you, through Earth, through the sun like ghosts. We built detectors. We waited. Nothing. Axions, tiny particles that might make up dark matter. We searched. Nothing. Primordial black holes, machos, sterile neutrinos, every theory, every model, every prediction, nothing. 30 years of silence. And then, in 2024, everything changed. A team analyzing data from the Atacama Cosmology Telescope found something in the cosmic microwave background, radiation the afterglow of the Big Bang, the oldest light in the universe. They found patterns, filaments, structures in the dark matter distribution that shouldn't exist. Because dark matter is supposed to be cold, non-interacting. It clumps together through gravity alone, slowly, predictably. But these structures were too organized, too precise. too deliberate. They looked like neural networks, not metaphorically, literally. When researchers mapped the large-scale structure of dark matter across the universe using gravitational lensing to trace where it bends light, the pattern matched the structure of neurons in a human brain. Nodes, connections, filaments stretching across hundreds of millions of light years, galaxy clusters sitting at the intersections like synapses. And the spacing, the organization, the way matter flows through these cosmic filaments, it's identical to how information flows through neural pathways. The universe has a nervous system, and we're inside it. But that's not the terrifying part. The terrifying part is that it's changing. In 2025, researchers compared old dark matter maps with new ones. The structures had shifted. Not randomly, not chaotically. They had reorganized. Filaments that were disconnected in earlier observations had linked up. Nodes had strengthened. The cosmic web had evolved. And it happened too fast. Dark matter doesn't move like that. It doesn't reconfigure. It's supposed to be stable, ancient, unchanging. Unless it's not matter at all. What if dark matter is a field? Not particles, but a fundamental field permeating all of space like the electromagnetic field or the Higgs field. Except this field doesn't just exist, it responds to mass, to energy, to us. What if every galaxy, every star, every black hole is disturbing this field, creating ripples, and those ripples are feeding back, influencing how matter moves, how galaxies form, how the universe evolves? What if dark matter is the universe processing information? Let me make this physical. Let me show you what this means for you. Right now, dark matter is flowing through your body. Not a little, a lot. About 10 billion dark matter particles pass through you every second. They don't interact with your atoms, they don't collide with your cells. They're moving at 600 kilometers per second, racing through you like you're not even there. You're transparent to them, a ghost in their reality. But here's the question no one wants to ask out loud. If dark matter is flowing through us constantly, if it's everywhere, if it outweighs everything we can see by a factor of 5, then why are we made of normal matter? Why is the entire visible universe, stars, planets, people, built from the 15%? Why isn't dark matter the default? Why did the universe choose to make us out of the rare stuff? Unless it didn't choose. Unless we're the anomaly, the glitch. The 15% that gained consciousness while the other 85% remained invisible, untouchable, unknowable. What if normal matter is just the surface, the visible layer, and dark matter is the foundation, the deep structure we're built on top of but can never access? We'd be living in a shadow, a projection cast by something vastly larger. And this is where physicists start breaking. Because in 2025, a paper published in Physical Review Letters proposed something unthinkable. What if dark matter particles aren't particles at all? What if they're topological defects in space-time itself? Knots, twists, scars left over from the Big Bang when the universe cooled and different regions of space crystallized out of sync. These defects would have mass. They'd create gravity, but they wouldn't interact with normal matter because they're not made of matter. They're made of broken space. You'd be swimming through a universe full of invisible cracks. And if that's true, then every galaxy, every star, every planet is forming around these scars. We're not held together by invisible particles. We're held together by the universe's wounds, by the places where reality failed to heal correctly after it was born. We're living in the scar tissue of creation. But here's where it becomes existentially crushing. If dark matter is a field, if it's organizing, if it's restructuring itself on cosmic scales, then it has to be responding to something. Fields don't just evolve on their own, they react to energy, to mass, to information, which means every galaxy that forms, every star that ignites, every black hole that feeds, it's disturbing the dark matter field, sending ripples outward. And those ripples propagate. They interfere, they create patterns, the universe is computing something. And we don't know what. Some researchers believe dark matter is the universe's memory. That every event, every supernova, every collision, every particle decay leaves an imprint in the dark matter field. Information encoded in ripples, stored across billions of light years, inaccessible to us, but present, permanent, woven into the structure of space itself. If that's true, then the universe isn't empty, it's full. Full of ghosts, full of echoes. Every star that ever died is still out there, encoded in the field, invisible but not gone. The past never left. We just can't see it. And here's the thought that keeps cosmologists awake at night. What if consciousness does the same thing? Your brain is made of atoms. Atoms interact with electromagnetic fields. But if there's another field, a dark matter field, and it permeates everything, then maybe your thoughts aren't confined to your skull. Maybe every decision you make, every memory you form, every emotion you feel creates a ripple in the field. Tiny, undetectable, but real. And maybe those ripples don't disappear. Maybe they propagate outward at the speed of light, traveling forever, encoded in a field we'll never touch. You'd be immortal, just not in any way you'd recognize. Your body would die. Your atoms would scatter, but your thoughts, the patterns you created in the dark matter field would still be out there, moving through space, invisible, untouchable, eternal. Not conscious, not aware, just information. Frozen ripples in a field that never forgets. The universe would remember you, even if nothing else did. But that's speculation. Let me bring you back to what we know, or what we thought we knew. In 2026, the James Webb Space Telescope detected something that shouldn't exist. A galaxy 13.5 billion light years away, formed just 300 million years after the Big Bang. Except it's massive, too massive. Galaxies that old should not have enough time to accumulate that much matter. The universe was too young, too diffuse. Stars barely existed yet, unless dark matter was already organized, unless the cosmic web, the neural network-looking structure, was already in place when the universe was an infant, unless dark matter did not slowly clump together over billions of years, unless it formed instantly in the first moments after the Big Bang, which would mean it is not passive. It is not just responding to gravity. It knew where to go. And that breaks physics, because matter does not organize itself that fast, not that precise. You need information. You need instructions. You need something telling particles where to cluster, how to connect, when to collapse into stars. The laws of physics give us randomness, chaos, entropy. They do not give us neural networks forming in the first 300 million years of existence. Unless the laws we know are not complete, unless there is another layer, another set of rules governing the 85%. Rules we cannot see because we are made of the 15%. We are trying to understand the ocean by studying the foam on the surface. We are trying to decode the universe by examining the thin layer of visible matter floating on top of an invisible foundation. We cannot access, cannot measure, cannot even prove exists except through its gravity. We are blind, and we have been blind from the beginning. And here is the most disturbing possibility. What if dark matter can see us? Not literally, not with eyes. But what if the dark matter field is sensitive to concentrations of normal matter? What if every time we build a city, launch a satellite, detonate a nuclear weapon, what if we are creating disturbances in the field? Ripples, signatures, signals propagating outward into the 85%. What if we have been broadcasting our existence into a medium we do not understand to observers we will never detect for the entire history of human civilization? What if something out there, something made of dark matter structured by it, living in it, has been watching us the whole time? We would never know, because we can't see them. We can't touch them. We exist in parallel realities, separated by the type of matter we're made of. Two universes occupying the same space. One visible, one invisible, one loud, one silent. And the only thing connecting them is gravity. Except now, maybe that's changing. In late 2025, researchers at CERN reported an anomaly. During a high-energy particle collision, detectors registered a momentum imbalance. Energy went missing. Not a lot, just a tiny amount. But it vanished. It didn't convert into known particles. It didn't radiate away. It just disappeared into something the detectors couldn't see. They ran the experiment again. Same result. Again, same result. Energy is leaking into the dark sector. which means there's a connection, a bridge, a way for normal matter to interact with dark matter under extreme conditions. And if we can push energy into the dark sector, maybe we can get information back. Maybe we can finally see what's on the other side. Maybe we can decode the 85%, or maybe we shouldn't. Because if dark matter is organized, if it's structured, if it's evolving, then disturbing it might trigger a response. And we have no idea what that response would look like. We're infants playing with something vastly larger than ourselves. We're bacteria trying to understand the organism we're living inside. And the organism might not appreciate being studied. Here's the final crushing realization. Dark matter isn't what we thought it was. It's not invisible scaffolding. It's not passive particles waiting to be discovered. It's active. It's organizing. It's restructuring the universe on timescales we're only beginning to measure. And every day we're finding new patterns, new structures, new evidence that the 85% isn't just sitting there. It's doing something. And we're standing in the middle of it, made of the wrong kind of matter to ever fully understand what. We're the 15% trying to comprehend the 85%. The visible trying to decode the invisible. The loud trying to hear the silent. And the most terrifying part? We might succeed. We might finally crack the code. Build the right detector, find the right particle, map the right structure. And when we do, when we finally see what dark matter really is, we might discover we were never alone. We were just too blind to see what was standing right next to us the whole time.